Hi guys! Can you tell what I did today? So instead of staying home and doing the right thing and listing all my stuff, I just went out and got more stuff to list. Because why not? So the plan was to go to an estate sale about an hour and a half away from my house. It looked really good, but I don't know. I don't really like to go by myself. So I thought I'll just hit up there's a couple of church sales about 20-30 minutes from me. So I hit up 2 church sales, a garage sale, and I'll show you what I got. So at one church sale, I got this little bin because you always need more storage. And my husband's building a shop, and when he gets moved out of the garage, I get the garage. And so that's where these chairs will go. So we can have our little tish talks in there. And I got this photo at a garage sale. I don't know if it's a photo. It's more like a poster. Paid $5 for it. Isn't he so cool? Someone tried to steal it from me, but the lady running the sale she was an A+ seller. Paid $5 for that. I did get this little trivet tree. This is for me. I got this at a church sale just because I like to put hot stuff on the counters. And you shouldn't do that. So I got that. I got this Ed Hardy mug. And he goes for about $22. I got this mushrooms. It's not vintage, but it's really cool. So I got that. I got this iron at the church sale. It's a professional iron, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. It goes for about $35 to $40 on eBay, but I do a lot of ironing, and it's like brand new. But I feel like I'm always ironing something. So, I got this. They call them candle warmers, but back when I was in high school, my dad had one, I think probably one of the very first ones, and it was, I don't know, maybe it was a candle warmer and he just put his coffee on it. Or maybe it was a coffee warmer and they've turned them into candle warmers. I don't know. That's gonna go to work with me because we can't have open flames, and I want to brighten up the prison field. So, what else did I get? There's some things under here. We'll skip to the end and then we'll come back. So, to make a long story longer, when I got done with the church sales and the garage sale, it was still pretty early. None of the thrift stores were open, so I figured I would go to the next town over where they have just revamped one of their thrift stores. It's not a Goodwill, but it's really big, and they were supposed to like double the inventory. So I drove over there, and I get there, and there's nobody in the parking lot. So I'm thinking, okay, because I really hadn't had a great thrifting day. It wasn't great. So I get out, the door's locked. And they were still closed. I had 7 minutes. And you would think, just sit in your car for 7 minutes. But I just kept getting this feeling like, you just go home. Like, you have enough, just go home. So I got back in the car and I came back home. And on my way home, I passed a garage sale in the town that I live. And I don't like to go to garage sales where I live. Just because I don't really care to have people know what I do. I don't want to hear other people's opinions. I don't want to hear it all. So I just kind of stay away. But I thought, well, it's on the way home. I'll give it a shot. I pull up. She's got racks and racks of clothes. And she told somebody, she's got like North Face, Columbia, Nike, Woolrich, FootJoy. You name it, they had it. And I had heard her tell someone that clothes were mostly $1. And I thought, okay, well, you're gonna want more than $1 for this. And so I grabbed a couple things and I went and asked her, and I said, what about these? And she said, oh no, all clothes are $1. And I was like, say no more. Let me grab some. So this is just totally bread and butter. And if you don't like clothing hauls, I know they're kind of boring, so I will try to go through this really quick. So This is a polo, golf pullover. And these are all pretty small sizes. I think most of them were her daughter's, but you know, I paid $1. Even if I flip it for 10, you know, that works. Columbia, which is not as great as it used to be. North Face. We got a FootJoy golf pullover. I sell these all the time. I don't know that I've ever had a FootJoy though. And North Face. We have a North Face jacket. And these jackets, they are kind of dingy on the sleeves, but I'm going to soak them in Oxy, maybe brighten them up a little bit. Another North Face. This has her name in it, but I think I can just take a seam ripper and just rip that out. We have another North Face jacket. This one definitely has been loved, but we'll bring her back to life. We have a red Woolrich heavy cotton button-up, and the red one doesn't look like it's ever even been washed or worn. And then we also have this blue one, which is, it feels a little softer, like it's been washed. And I don't know, I might list those together, I'm not sure. We have this North Face tee. It does have a little hole in it, so I think I'm gonna offer this to my kids and see if one of them would like to have that. Would you guys like to have this? First one to comment, because I know you're watching. I have this Nike golf polo. Golf polos, I don't know what it is, but they do well for me. Perry Ellis. Perry Ellis, and there's another golfer that does really well. I don't remember. I know I sold a pair of, I got them at the thrift store for $2. It was a pair of pink men's shorts, Perry Ellis. And my husband said, no one's gonna buy those. And I sold them for $40. So, just a Nike jacket. Another Nike lightweight. This is the perfect time of year, so I need to get those listed. I will. Nike. This girl was nothing if she was not worn. And a North Face. North Face they just don't do as well as they used to. See, like this one definitely needs a little love, a little soak. Carhartt does pretty well. And another FootJoy. And while she was adding my stuff up, her husband was standing there, and every time she would pick up a golf polo, he would be like, oh, that's a nice shirt. And I said, it is. I agree. Put it in the bag. Abercrombie & Fitch pants. These do really well for me. I bought, and I don't know what it is, I always find them at yard sales for like super cheap, and they go for really good money. I got like 3 pairs of shorts for 50 cents a piece. Sold them for $48 a piece. And like this one, these pants have, it looks like they've been cut, and people don't care. I don't know what it is. We got these Ariat slacks. Raise your hand if you knew Ariat made slacks, because I didn't. So we're learning together. Then I don't usually pick up shorts, but for $1, I picked up a couple of these little Nike running shorts. I'm just gonna list together. And this was kind of a new one for me. It's Athletic Girl Simone Biles. So that'll be fun to look into. Learning, $1, can't beat it. I did pay $5 a piece for these little Coach bags. And she's a little dingy, but I think I can get her clean, just maybe oxy her strap a little bit. Oh, that's gonna end badly. And we have more. Another FootJoy golf polo. We have a couple of these Nike Dri-Fit tank tops that I would normally not pick up, but because they were $1 and I can lot them together. There's another one. Trust me, there's another one. I can lot them together and It'll be fine. Got this little Victoria's Secret bra. Looks brand new. And then I think she, look, told you there was another. I think she was on to me. I mean, she didn't really care. But she brought this out and she said, hey, I was just getting ready to put this on the rack. It's Lululemon if you want it. And I said, yeah, put it in my pile. So Lululemon for $1. She's small, but I'm sure there's a little person out there, a little tiny fit person that would love that. This is a soft surrounding, and this will tell you how long I've been in it. One of the first things I flipped was a soft surrounding dress that I got at a thrift store. I paid $2 for it, turned around and sold it for, gosh, I think it was like 50 or 60. Pretty quick, but it just doesn't move like it used to. But for $1, I'll take a chance. And then this little Kate Spade New York bag. And I saw these on the table and had to grab them. I haven't looked them up yet, but they're so cool. I don't know if you can see. They're so cool. They've got to be vintage, right? And then at the church sale, we're going to circle back. Got this Orvis leather belt. Two-tone. And I did pick up a few of these CPAP masks because I learned my lesson from a couple weeks ago. These go for pretty good money. So I probably paid 50 cents a piece for them. And I saw this on the floor and it had the little tiny handle, and so that tells me it's vintage. It does have a barcode on the bottom, so it's not like crazy vintage, but it's cute. And on my second pass through, I found these watch me drop them. I found a set of hearts. I think they're hand painted, and you can hang them. Or I think you can put like maybe jute rope through there. I don't know. I haven't looked them up yet, but I'm sure they are vintage. And we love all things vintage, right? I can say that because I'm vintage. And, oh, I also got this at that last yard sale I went to for $2. It only sells for like 10 or 12, but she's like brand new condition. And you usually don't find this set all together, so yeah. And this little glass jar, I paid $1 for, and my husband fell in love with it, and he wanted to keep it and put screws in it, and I said absolutely not. That is not happening. So that was my day. So now comes the fun part. So I will be listing, and as you can see, I have some of my favorite things out here. I'm gonna make a video of the things that I've decided to keep, because you know that happens. All right, so for now, I am going to maybe take a break. I'm going to get to work. So, all right. Well, thanks for coming to my Tish Talk. Bye.